A growing rebellion within Labour ranks, a controversial winter fuel policy, and a party leader trying to hold the line, just as populist forces gather strength. Has Keir Starmer made a political miscalculation? Or is this all part of a longer-term strategy to win the war, not just the battle? Let's break it all down. And before we dive in, did you know that over 95% of our viewers aren't subscribed to the channel? We totally get it. Life gets busy and sometimes it's easy to forget. But here's the thing, subscribing is completely free, and it really helps us keep creating the content you enjoy. So why not hit that subscribe button and join our community? It only takes a second, but it makes a world of difference to us. Thank you for your support. In recent weeks, a quiet storm has been building behind the scenes in Westminster, and now it's bursting into public view. Labour MPs, once solidly behind Sir Keir Starmer, are now openly urging him to reverse a deeply unpopular decision, the cut to winter fuel payments for pensioners. Over 100 Labour MPs, that's more than a quarter of the party, have signed a letter demanding a rethink. Even ministers are describing the policy as a disaster that has created huge ill-feeling among voters. And the timing? Couldn't be worse. A crucial vote is looming in June, and number 10 is rattled. Some of Labour's most loyal backbenchers are now threatening to rebel. Why? Because many believe the policy contradicts Labour's promises to protect the vulnerable and risks alienating core voters, especially pensioners, who are already struggling under the weight of the ongoing cost of living crisis. Facing growing pressure, Keir Starmer made a carefully worded statement during Prime Minister's questions on Wednesday. He acknowledged that people are still feeling the pressure of the cost of living crisis, including pensioners. But he didn't offer a full U-turn. Instead, he dropped a hint. As the economy improves, Starmer said, we want to take measures that will impact on people's lives. We will look at the threshold, but that will have to be part of the fiscal event. In other words, no immediate reversal, but a possible adjustment is on the table, if the economic outlook allows. Starmer pointed to improving growth figures, lower interest rates, and new trade deals with India, the US, and the EU as signs that the UK economy is turning a corner. But critics argue, what good is economic recovery if ordinary people don't feel it in their wallets? Here's where things get even more complicated. Winter fuel payments were linked to pension credit eligibility, meaning many pensioners suddenly found themselves excluded. Reversing this might sound simple, but Whitehall officials are worried. If they raise the pension credit threshold to widen eligibility, it could lead to a spike in benefit uptake, wiping out any savings the original cuts were meant to achieve. This puts Starmer's government in a difficult position. Back down and risk blowing a hole in the public finances. Hold the line and risk a voter backlash. Even Age UK, while welcoming Starmer's comments, warned that the devil is always in the detail. There's another layer to all this, and it's called Reform UK. Welfare Secretary Liz Kendall recently gave a speech that pulled no punches. She said bluntly, welfare reform is never easy, but it's crucial to fighting the rise in populist politics. That's a direct reference to Reform UK, the populist right-wing party gaining ground by offering easy but empty solutions, as Kendall puts it. Kendall believes that tightening welfare eligibility, including for the controversial Personal Independence Payment, PIP, is key to defending Labour from that threat. In short, Labour believes tough decisions now will pay off politically later, by proving to voters that they can be trusted to govern responsibly. But not everyone in Labour agrees. There's a growing sense among Labour MPs that the leadership is drifting too far from the party's traditional values, especially on welfare. Many feel the party is moving so cautiously that it risks losing its identity and, worse, losing trust among voters who believed in a more compassionate vision. Still, Kendall has made it clear. No Labour government can resign from taking decisions because they are too difficult. She says she's listening carefully to MPs' concerns, but she's not backing down. So, what's the likely outcome? Expect Labour to quietly adjust the policy around the edges, perhaps tweaking eligibility or increasing support. What do you think? White right pointing backhand index. Should Labour reverse the winter fuel cut? White right pointing backhand index. Is welfare reform necessary, or is it political suicide? Tell us in the comments, we read every one. And if you've made it this far, do us a quick favour. White have a checkmark, like the video. White have a checkmark, subscribe to the channel. White have a checkmark, turn on the bell so you don't miss our next breakdown on UK politics. Thanks for watching, and stay informed.